Hi, you're on the phone. Thanks for holding.
Hi, this is Saurabh. We met a while back. I even helped you with the cameras once.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I thought the name was familiar.
Okay. I'm sorry. Forgive me for not remembering.
Oh, that's all right. Anyway, just called to say your show's great. I did have a question, just in not as a theist or as an atheist,
Sure.
but just in terms of you often you're both, I'm guessing, taking the weak atheist position, which is that the which puts the burden of proof on theists to prove that there is a creator or God, what have you. What is the proof? What kind of proof could a theist offer, or what is it that would conclusively prove their position? Then would it take some sort of a supernatural event, or just
Okay, we get the idea. Actually.
I think, yeah, that supernatural one is important. I think it's important to note that I wouldn't need definite 100% conclusive proof that God exists. Just like I don't need 100% conclusive evidence that Japan exists. I have a fair bit of evidence that it does, and so, I've got enough evidence, I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, okay, I'll go with that one. Same with God. Now, God is a pretty big jump. So I'm going to need a little more evidence than, just, ooh, look, here's a picture in a book. And so I would need a little bit more. Yeah, something on the supernatural side that has no other explanation, that would be nice. God could always just come down and just, put the belief in my head and say, there you go. And so, that's the easiest one of them all.
But then how would you know he did that? That could be Satan for
Exactly. That could just be drugs, too. And outside that, it's usually a two-pronged question, actually. I mean, now, you may not have been going here, but a lot of people will say, if you believe in God, then what would happen then? Well, I would have a lot of questions for him. Again, why is there evil in the world? Why do bad things happen? What about that, whole Joshua thing in the Bible where you wiped out 30 cities? Assuming that I had found some evidence and now I believed in God, I have some serious questions for the guy to try and answer, because he's done some really nasty stuff in the past, apparently, and I'd like to see some answers to that. I think what I would really need for me to start looking in that direction seriously is some good answers to arguments. Again, go back to the problem of evil. They throw out free will, they throw out a couple other things like that, but they don't stand up. I would like to have some really good, sound arguments against the problem of evil.
But then remembering, of course, that the problem of evil is only a problem if the God you're promoting has the three omnis, right?
Exactly.
Omniscient, omnipotent, omnibenevolent, right?
Exactly.
Problem of evil is not a problem for, like, the God of deism.
Yeah.
Not a problem at all.
Exactly.
Right? So, I liked that point you brought up. That was a really good point about,
I do it once in a while.
No, you do quite frequently, but you made an extraordinarily good one. And in fact, I'm going to take credit for it, right? No. Well, the whole preponderance of evidence issue versus just 100% right in your face. God materializes in front of you, shakes your hand, says, "I am God, and here's my business card, and here's my social security and my driver's license." No, instead, but okay, for example, take like scientific theories, right? Evolution, big bugaboo for many religious fundamentalists, right? We don't have one item of evidence, or even two or three items of evidence that scientists or biologists can point to and see, that's it. That makes it ironclad. Okay, but what we have, so there's no real one or two, pieces of evidence that scientific theory or any other scientific theory relies upon. But what biologists have, and geologists and paleontologists, is what you have is ultimately a preponderance of evidence from a number of different scientific fields that, when taken together, all support each other sufficiently well that you can say this theory is sound. That's what you have. And so you don't just have, like, there's no smoking gun for evolution. There's no smoking gun for, for a great many scientific theories. And so that's a very good point. It would be nice if you just had sort of a preponderance of evidence that pointed to some kind of creator of a supernatural origin. But then at that point, I would get back to definitions.
Yeah.
what is it that, what is this being that the believer wants me to believe in? And then let's say we have established the being's actual existence, why then should I think of this being as, what is it that makes this being a god?
Yeah.
Like let's say
my worship.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
I mean, if we were to, like if, Q from Star Trek, right? The guy who can disappear and do magic and seems to be able to do everything that when people talk about a god, can do, right? Can alter people's realities and make them experience stuff that he.
But in the words of the previous caller, was a butthole.
Yeah, right. So, that's right. So he, what is the difference between just some incredibly all-powerful alien and a god, other than how you choose to react to that?
Exactly.
Being. So it's a really difficult question. But we've gotten that. I mean, a lot of before. I mean, some believers will try to hit us with that as a big stumper. It's like, well, what could I possibly show you? And we have to admit that it's a tough one. But but that is why again, it's why we're atheists, right?
Yeah.
We in the absence of any easy to put together collection of evidence that would point us to, in the direction of thinking, yes, the only way to explain stuff is through invisible magic beings, we choose to refrain from believing in them.
Yeah.
But excellent questions.